Brunch with a very beautiful DIY tablescape is Ken and Maria.
Hello.
Who talks first? Who wants to jump in?
Well, I'll take the lead here.
Okay.
We wanted to do this because we both have very special relationships with, our mothers. My mother, she left her job. She was a stay-at-home mom for all of those years. And looking back on it, I realized what a huge sacrifice that was for her.
Yeah.
And now with my kids and their relationship with her, it makes it even just more. That was a spring break. Just makes it more poignant to really finding moments like Mother's Day to sort of stop for a second and say thank you.
Yeah,
that's
we don't say thank you enough, and I have my mom to thank for having me love what I do, because my mom and I did this growing up. People are like, when did you start doing this? I'm like, I've done this my whole life. You can see that's my mom and I baking when I was little. I mean, I spent my days with her in the kitchen, and she would always craft, and she was a gardener, so she constantly, I call her my creative soulmate, because she really taught me that being creative is so just necessary in life and just inspires me on a daily basis.
Sure.
So I owe her everything.
True. Oh, we love you, moms.
We love all your moms. Let's kick it over to you first, Ken. Tell us what you've done here.
So we sort of took two different approaches to give viewers at home sort of inspiration. I went with a very feminine yet modern, sort of stripped down sort of Mother's Day table. The basis here really being the color pink, and then a black and white graphic. Here I chose stripes, but you could also do polka dots, etc. And it's really taking those colors and carrying them through all of the different elements.
Okay.
Nice.
So, go ahead.
I was going to ask you about one element in particular, which had just caught my eye.
Which this is my little photo cube. And this, especially if you're having several mothers over, doing one of these for each of the mothers. And it's just sort of this little tribute to mom that then they can take home and enjoy. It's very, very easy to make.
Show us how you do that.
So go through and just, choose your photos. I chose sort of a random selection, sort of chronicling her life. And then print them out on something a little bit heavier. I printed them out on cardstock, just so you get the issue with lighter paper and it wrinkling. Get a wood cube, and I just bought this, 3 inches square from the craft store, and cut out your pieces to be 2.5. Because if you try to go to the edge, trust me, it'll never look good.
Could you make your own cube if you had...
if I was Mark Steinis and a whole wood shop?
Why not?
Yes, you could, which would be super from scrap wood. Just measure out, then you can make it any size you want it. So go ahead, a little spray glue on that, and then all you want to do on top, just so that it does last, is a little decoupage medium Mod Podge on top. And this is, to me, where the heavier cardstock pays off, because you're not going to get the...
buckling. And
I've done it before you do it, and then all of a sudden it starts to buckle and pucker. You hope it's going to go away, and
it never does.
Would you do color pictures?
Oh, I think you could. With this theme, I think black and white works. But if you wanted to add something like to Maria's table, where there's lots of color, I think would look great. I would just put a filter on them so they all read the same tone.
Right, smart.
So it
That's a good idea.
looks cohesive.
Did you guys check out the the sticks there?
I was looking at that. What are those?
So this, I just thought was a really simple little thing. Just get any popsicle sticks, and then just write it has a little note on here, why we love you, Mom. And just little carpooling us everywhere. Kisses, leaving work to raise us. And I think you sort of do some of these, and then if you have your brothers and sisters around, leave blank ones on the table. Start to tell stories, and as you tell the stories, write it down. And I bet you will find those in Mom's house for
sure.
And the pom-poms are a nice touch as well.
Simple tissue paper pom-poms, and then pulling some flowers off to make a really inexpensive, $2 bouquet of flowers, glue it to a stick in the backyard.
Stop it.
And then just, tie it through. So very, very simple.
That by the way.
I know, $2, and I still have a whole bunch of them left, so I'll make one for you, Brand.
Sell those. That's amazing.
I got that for $75.
Now tell us about this beautiful tablescape that you made over here with all the gorgeous flowers, Maria.
So I was inspired by my mom, because she did love to garden. So I did a garden-themed tablescape. And so starting at this top here, I took a little garden fence, so like the little lattice fences that you get at the hardware store, and covered them with flowers to do the mom. And then working our way down, I love fresh flowers. And then, so we have some beautiful fresh flowers that are in season right now. Put them in some little cabbage vases to go with that garden party type of theme. And decorated with some fruit and vegetables. I think we forget how beautiful food is to decorate with. And then moving on down for here, I have these little sentimental little flower plates that I'm going to show you guys how to make, because this is Grant's hand. So this is something you can use to decorate the table, but these are actually like more what I would do for like a jewelry dish or things. So things that moms can take home with them, or you could even have it if you're doing a party.
I forget the color palette of nature. Look at the bright colors.
Those beautiful.
And those
God
are
did it
real
best.
flowers.
Didn't he?
Yes.
He was
God
the
did it
ultimate
best.
DIYer.
All right, so first DIYer.
The first DIYer.
I mean, he DIY'd the universe. You did a great job. So what do we do to make
Oh, that's
these?
funny. Okay, so what's cool about the plates, like you can see here, you go, it's sort of backwards. So first you do your detailing, and then you go in and do the big stuff. So for instance, I had Grant, I'm gonna flip this over, so you can see it's covered. So I had Grant do his handprint first, and then wrote his name. And then when you're writing the name, make sure to write it from the back like that. And then, so you can see here, backwards. So then see here, I did the detailing first here. So I'm gonna flip it over so you guys can see. So then you would take like, you know, paintbrush and then cover that.
This is just craft paint?
And this is just craft paint. You could seal it afterwards too. I'll do a couple so you can kind of see. But then
You just have to make sure every coat's completely dry.
Exactly,
right?
exactly, yeah. And then, but what's cool is I'll flip over so you can see that you can that's how it's going to look.
To come together.
Yeah.
Fancy.
And so that's what I have, and then I just kept going. That looks like a sun. So that's where I like having the handprint there. So you can put your jewelry or something. That's a great little
nice.
gift for mom.
And all hand wash, right?
Hand wash
Hand wash
everything.
is-
But like they're it really like their hands when they're that small.
I
It's
know.
just so precious.
I know. And before, could you also show everyone how you made this amazing cabbage
Yes,
base?
I love to think of weird things to put flowers in. So this cabbage is, I wanted to keep with the garden theme like I mentioned, but what I did was I took the jar that I wanted to put in there and cut around it, and then used a knife to kind of dig it out, and then used a spoon, mixed with a knife to kind of like, you know, get it all out. And then I took, this jar right here, and all I do is
like a little
put it
mason
in.
jar.
It's a little mason jar, and you just stick it in there.
Get
and then
out.
Beautiful
Isn't that
flowers
adorable?
like that, and then you can keep like, you know, cut some more
And just
and
put
like
them in
this
there.
and put them in.
And you can still cook with it afterwards.
Yes, exactly. And you could keep the inside to make, you know, a little like, but continue to fill that, and like you could make a little coleslaw.
And you could do this. You could do it with lettuce too.
You could. There's a lot of different, you know, food things that you can
How
have.
beautiful. And this, you just use zip ties?
So actually floral tape. So these are all carnations, which are sturdy flowers, which are easy to work with. And so just taped everything off first, so we had like so we could see mom and where we wanted to put the flowers. And then really just put the flowers in actually I'm gonna show you a really great tip about that over here. But so what we did, so you have the flowers here, you can kind of bunch them up like so, and then use the tape, and you can either tie it together like that and then put them on, or you can hold them up and then tie
it right to
on
the
there
lattice.
as well. So yeah, it's really just, and then you can kind of like fill in with the other flowers.
Wonderful.
And
Really
it
cute.
looks so impressive, but it's actually pretty easy to do.
It's beautiful.
Thank you.
Well done, you guys. And if you turned both of these upside down, they would say, wow.
Just what our moms
What our
really
moms are. They wow us
Very
every day.
true.
And as do you.
Oh, thank you.